spectator mode because I do not miss those old team viewer streams, let me tell you.
No, it was awful.
We're out of the dark ages.
Yeah.
Into the empires now.
Ayy. But Oh, hello, Empty Eye. That's one of my regular stream viewers from speedrunning.
Nice. There won't be much speed here.
We need the speedrunning Dominion League.
Yeah, we need speedrun.
Well,
SCSN and I tried to get that blitz going, but it hasn't been implemented in this client yet. So
it's too bad.
But someday, maybe.
I love the scout rule for the blitz. That was great.
Yeah, that was good.
That's probably why Blitz isn't back yet, is because Scout was removed and Blitz doesn't work without it.
Doesn't have its power card.
Power card, yeah. All right, what do you guys see here?
Welcome to the start of the championship match. Looks like pretty clear black market scrying pool, all this nonsense.
So let me see. Sorry about that. I was behind here. Okay. Should be in now.
All right.
And yes.
Yeah, it's a pretty loaded kingdom. The only thing that hurts that a little bit is wall, but it doesn't hurt it enough to pay too much attention to it. To worry about wall, you still want to build pretty big, I think.
Yeah, the engine seems extremely powerful, so I would think that wall is not... Trying to stay super thin for wall is not going to get you anywhere.
And hopefully you find a trasher in the black market. I guess if you were trying to play something that wasn't engine-y, you could try Swamp Hag Money.
But I'm still not believing in that at all.
I don't believe in it either, particularly. I think you'll have enough time to find a trasher in the black market, and then you'll be set. But
yeah, so I see we have some viewers who are unfamiliar with the game. So to explain this here, so this wall on the lower right, it basically punishes you in points for having more total cards in your deck. Past a certain amount.
You could right-click it for a little bit if you wanted to show.
Yes, so it's after 15 cards. So this means that removing bad cards from your deck is much more important. Even more important than usual because it's worth points.
Yeah.
So that's where this card comes in because we don't have a trasher on the board itself. We don't have anything on the board that can trash cards, but we have the black market. And the black market, what it is when you play it, it reveals 3 cards, and it's just one copy of each, and you can choose one to buy from those 3. So you're trying to find something from the black market that can trash cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a good hit right there.
Yeah, like he can go he can get develop and scrying pool or rat catcher and scrying pool. Which the develop is awesome here, so I would go for the develop, but
yep, develop is good. It turns you trash a card in exchange for a card that costs 1 coin more and 1 coin less, puts them both on top of your deck. So with the states, you can turn them into fishing villages or watchtowers.
Yep. And it can
it looks like he's got a 4P here, so I think he's got to go with the rat catcher if he wants a pool.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong hand.
Ah, gotcha.
I guess he doesn't have a potion at all, actually. I was looking at Marcus's hand. Yeah. He takes the rat catcher and fishing village. I think I would have taken the develop, but that was fine.
Yeah, from Rabid's side, it seems like the fishing village or the develop is a little nicer since there's 3s you want here.
Yeah. So They're pretty much just Marcus is the only one with the swamp pack so far. The swamp pack should be quite nice. It's extra painful with the black market as you may be buying or want to buy a couple things in your turn.
Yeah. If you don't get the trashing going, once you have the trashing going strongly, then you can kind of ignore the swamp hag. But early on here, it could be a little tricky to play around on Rabin's end.
And Marcus grabs an upgrade there, which is also super awesome. For the same reasons the develop is, only even better.
Yes.
So Rabid does get the trash with his rat catcher here. Yeah, he plays that watchtower first in case the pool can draw a little extra.
And
he chooses not to trigger that shuffle, which I think I agree with.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
Though it's probably not a huge shuffle, but still, he has quite a number of nice things out here.
Yes.
So he'll get Patrician and Pool here. Which the Patrician is sort of a minor thing, but just nice to have a cantrip, of course.
Better than nothing.
Yep. Marcus, well, I'm not sure how he is on villages, but the caravan would be pretty good, so I would assume he takes that. I think the real question will be, who can clean up faster. I mean, I would think right now Marcus, I would say, has the upper hand with the upgrade. The rat catcher just won't trash as quickly as well.
Yeah, the upgrade is going to be a big advantage over rat catcher, and the payload on this thing is just going to be so big that trashing pace. I mean, with outpost, you're going to be having double turns as soon as you get cleaned up.
Yeah. So that's the question, is how soon do you take the outpost? I would think actually pretty soon, because even if your outpost turn duds, you'll probably be able to buy like an expedition. I mean, the thing is, there's just a lot of cheap cards that are good here. So
yeah,
even if you don't draw much on, and plus there's Watchtower, but even if you don't draw much on your outpost turn, you'll probably be able to do something useful. And then, of course, sometimes you'll draw, and that'll be quite nice.
Yeah. As soon as you have an opportunity, I agree with getting that outpost.
Yeah.
You can get lucky and hit a scrying pool and draw a ton, or you can skip some bad cards even. Maybe you get to trash something.
Yeah. The swamp bag, though, is quite nice as well. Rabid should probably just buy expedition here to dodge the swamp hag. I don't think it's worth taking a curse. He does that. So none of those are actually incredible. The Overlord is kind of nice just for the flexibility. So the other two are pretty underwhelming. Though taking an Overlord here may cost him a scrying pool in his
He has 6 and 4 in hand, so he can pay it off.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm just not counting this right at all. I would definitely take the Overlord. The only thing the Overlord does is it makes him miss his other buy, I suppose, but
Yeah, like he could get a fishing village or a watchtower or something.
right.
I guess he can get whatever he wants.
He could get embassy and something else, I suppose.
Yeah, he could skip all of them and get a grand market, I suppose. Also,
Right. I don't
Mm,
think it's time for that yet. But so he goes with the embassy, which is probably good. So he'll probably pair that with the. Well, we'll see
embassy
what he pairs it
attack.
with. He may pair it with. He gets it with the fishing village. Yeah, that's silver. That's silver curse.
I mean, at this point in the game, it is pretty much just something that Rabid doesn't want. So
Right. This is a nice turn from Rabbit. See, you can really. They probably should be pushing the watchtowers a little harder because you can play all your treasures out of hand with your black markets, and then
yeah, this is gonna be really good for
draw
Rabid
up your
here.
watchtowers. So here, I suppose you take the grave robber. You can also just not, but oh, Rabbit was able to trash that silver as it came in.
Oh, with his watchtower.
Yep.
Oh,
So he blocked that. Yeah, he does take the grave robber, which I agree with. It's not. It would have been nicer to have the $7. The expand would have been much nicer, but the grave robber will probably let him get to Grand Market without any trouble at some point.
yep, and another explanation for those who don't know. So Grand Market, it's a really good card in itself because you can spam a lot of them easily. The +1 action, +1 card, so they don't take up space in your deck. But you cannot have any coppers in play to buy it. So it's more expensive than it looks.
Right. Which makes cards that let you gain things directly without buying them are strong for getting Grand Markets. Which
Capital would
specifically we were talking about grave robber.
Capital would potentially be a good card that goes with Grand Market. It just doesn't really come into play because there's so many other things going on this board.
So their decks are reaching that point where pretty much every card they get is a negative to them. But so Rabid didn't get to his black market, which hurts quite a bit. He gets to decide if he wants to go ahead and change his watchtower into a grand market or like an outpost or something.
Do you think they want second black market at any point here?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. In fact, I would have thought that it would have been reasonable to play with Armory here to pick up more copies of the threes, all of the threes.
Yeah, I usually try to get more black markets a little early, especially in a game like this where, I mean, pulling a strong attack or more trashers out of there is going to accelerate you a lot beyond what your opponent's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, so Funkdoc mentions Outpost in the chat, and they should definitely go for it at some point. Actually, I think they're close to a point where it's good. I don't know if Marcus doesn't have a watchtower yet, but he has one. Okay.
I'm going to say they both must have had one. Rabid just trashed his last turn for Grand Market.
Yeah.
I would just take the Apprentice. I wouldn't have taken the Villa, but
Yeah, the Villa seems a little strange. It doesn't really fill a role here that Fishing Village doesn't.
yeah, I think he just wanted to be able to afford two things. He still wanted to get the pool, but I think having the second trasher is more valuable.
Yep. Watchtower on top of
I
the
wonder
deck.
if there was a point where Rabid could have put his watchtower on top there during his turn. He played that turn pretty fast, but it looks like, just looking back on it, that he might have been able to top deck that watchtower before he and drawn it, and then maybe block the curse. So I'm not positive about that, though. But looking at his turn, it looks like that was doable. A lot of people forget that the grave rubber gain goes on top of your deck. It's pretty easy to forget.
Yeah. Yeah, some of me pointed out in the chat. I had commented on Capital and Grand Market potentially going together on a different board. Capital's especially bad here because debt prevents you from making black market buys, and there's no rule that allows you to pay it off at that point either. So completely block out your black markets on your turn if you take debt.
Yep, even with one debt, you still get shut out of everything there. So
nothing too interesting in this black market reveal.
Yeah, this is definitely a marginal one.
If you don't have any riot, the cartographer is fine. But it probably costs enough that it affects his turn.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think you can afford the cartographer, but probably the Vagrant.
Oh yeah, the Vagrant.
You can buy threes. You'll be able to buy a couple threes anyway. He may buy an expedition just to make sure his outpost turn goes. We'll see. It's a lot of money now.
How did this pool split go? It looks like Marcus only got 4 of them.
Yeah.
Unless he's got one.
I don't think he has any way to have hidden it, so I don't get the gold.
Yeah, that seems kind of odd.
I mean, I guess it's to get Grand Market, but he can just upgrade a 5 into Grand Market.
Wow, Ambassador. That seems pretty darn good to me from where I stand.
Yeah. No, it's excellent.
Yeah.
I don't really. I mean, I still don't like the gold particularly. You could just have gotten like Fishing Village or Black Market to get more coin that's not coppers.
Yeah.
And you already have that.
Yeah,
you already have that Swamp Hag, so
just not very thin yet. He played 5 coppers that turn that he bought the gold. I don't.
Yeah. The Herald over Ambassador was interesting to me.
Oh yeah, that's awful.
Catch that.
Yeah.
That's
with terrible. Wall here too. Like Ambassador is just gonna steamroll.
Not even just because of the attack, but just because he's, like you said, he still has 5 coppers.
Yeah. Well, and Rabid doesn't have great trashing yet either. He's still just got that rat catcher, right?
Yep. Yeah, so anytime Rabid doesn't have a watchtower and you get to give him a card on a wall on this huge engine and plus wall board, it's just
yeah, I mean, and the Ambassador thinning those coppers super fast, that also is amplified by wall.
Yeah. No, the
Um,
I skipping the ambassador there is not makes no sense.
I mean, Herald's a decent card in this deck for sure, but
Yeah.
that ambassador is.
I would say any of the Kingdom threes are better than Herald still. Actually.
Oh yeah, those are all good.
I just the Herald, you don't get to see what it reveals, and that lack of control. It's not, you don't need it here for your village or draw or anything,
No.
So it, to me, a single copy of Herald is not useful at all. I mean, it's useful, but it's not good. It's not like super strong.
Yeah. It's a fine thing to grab if there wasn't anything else that you wanted there, but
That being said, I don't see Marcus losing this game. I think it would be quite difficult for him to lose here.
he has is still putting him in a good position.
Too bad he addressed that potion.
Yeah. So now, would the giant be worth it at this point? You have to wonder.
I don't know. I mean, the payload is okay.
But
It's like it'll probably miss mostly, but it could throw a wrench into your opponent if it hits their outpost or something.
Yeah, I mean it's all right. It's just not. It's not amazing. I don't know if Marcus is missing the play all your treasures so you can draw up with Watchtower interaction. He doesn't technically need it this turn because he can draw it anyway. But this is sort of a cute thing to get the cash and trash the coppers. Although I still don't know why you want to cash, but
yeah, I mean that's the same as the gold that we didn't think you should have bought. So
I mean it's like there's a way to make money here that's action based, and you're playing a scrying pool deck. So why are you?
Well, the only thing I can say for that is if he hadn't already played his upgrade, then cash would be fine upgrade food, but
Yeah, I mean, it is good for that.
I mean, he can get two grand markets here, I suppose, by gaining that cash. But it's 9 stop cards that he's still got. I guess not even counting fishing villages. Treat him.
So Marcus is just going to jump into the green
points already,
which is, I mean, like I said, he's way ahead still, so
he's not going to lose.
He's not going to lose, but
I mean, building more with grand marks, it's slightly worse because of wall,
right?
Because you lose a point for each one.
Now let's see if he remembers to play all his treasures to make his watchtower good. Okay, he does. I mean, I might take the Merchant Guild, but otherwise I'd just pass on those things. So he gets the Merchant Guild.
Oh, JSH asking for a commentator roll call. Well, this is FunkDoc here, and fact about me, my favorite food is raw scallops with just the right amount of lemon juice.
Oh, I'm Mick. I don't have any facts about myself.
Mick likes to play cage matches.
I like to play cage matches. Rumble in the cage.
I am Deadlock, and I have not played much with new cards because I have a baby now.
He's just like you, JSH. Has a baby.
Pretty darn close, honestly.
And assemble me.
JSH's baby and your baby could become Dominion rivals in the
They
future.
could. We'll see who can train better.
Right. Yeah, there's also a German rival in Assemble Me.
Assemble Me's baby has like a year on us though.
Yeah.
About. So
Yeah, she's got a little bit of an advantage. Plus she's been she's been watching my streams, so she's already studying,
yeah.
you know.
Rabid top decking the black markets for Marcus there. Not sure about that. It's probably fine at this point, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the point in the game where top decking non-drawing cards is actually usually stops more draw than top decking treasures. Since if it's non-drawing card treasure on top, then you've stopped their draw. They're not going to discard the action. So.
Oh, using the Grey Robber for Embassy Silver attack again.
this one embassy from the black market may get to attack several times. Oh no, we just learned that Assemble Me's baby also has Dutch genes, so we're all doomed.
Uh-oh.
I mean, the ultimate Dominion nation.
Right.
Alright, so at this point of the game, I would wonder about Plunder here, but I'm not sure I'm really feeling any of these.
Bit of a Hail Mary if Rabid thinks he can get this game to go longer. Gains points without gaining cards.
For Rabid, this is the point in the game where if I'm Rabid, I've sort of lost hope, and so I'm maybe not even actively looking for ways to win.
Soothsayer, those are minus 2-point curses.
Yeah, that is true.
But also minus 1 point to your own deck, is it not?
Well, you just got to rat catcher those golds later.
Yeah, or Watchtower.
Right.
Or just always have your Watchtower in hand when you play it.
Oh. There you go. Yeah, just Watchtower trash them.
So that's something. I don't know. It's not enough, but it's something.
Find it interesting.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying I found it interesting that he would gain the Soothsayer, but then buy curses to trash.
Oh, he was buying cards, and Marcus had
the Swamp Hag, right. Oh, silly me. All right.
Yeah, he wasn't just killing curses.
All right.
I mean, honestly, a lot of the things that Rabid's doing are things I think this deck should be doing, playing more with the Watchtower stuff, but he's just... The trashing is just so pretty lopsided here that it's...
Yeah, the trashing pull went really badly.
Yeah, and it could have gone even worse, but Marcus passed on that ambassador.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, then Marcus's deck right now none of these coppers would be in this hand, you know? And
yeah, they'd be gone.
So... Marcus is going to just be able to double province repeatedly until probably even on his final turn he might be able to triple because he'll have some coin tokens.
Yeah.
So there's no question about who's going to win this one.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Yeah,
especially with the expeditions to smooth things out.
Outpost. Don't think he's got the triple in this hand with 2 coin tokens, so it's not going to go that far anyway. I guess he can draw a little bit with the Watchtower.
No, he won't get to triple, but he'll probably be able to double again.
Yeah,
Not
he's
for
already at
sure, but it seems pretty likely.
10. It's looking pretty decent.
So he could trash a province and then have the double for. I guess he got to the double.
Yeah, he's got the coin tokens there.
So 7 provinces should lock things up pretty well.
It's true. He's only
Duchies aren't very good for
provinces,
coming
though.
back on
And
a
there's
wall board.
Yep. And there's the resignation, it looks like. Yep.
Yeah.
I guess my screen didn't update.
All right. Marcus has one of 2 that he needs to lock in his first place position.
Updating this on the stream now.
And Marcus, I guess, got that on a second player as well, so nice. Yeah, if I had to complain about one thing from Rabid, it was the rat catcher overdevelop, which I think was actually pretty bad there. They rolled wall.
Yeah. Wall again.
And a
Governor Dex
Semmelny
can
took
stay
the
kind of
joke.
thin now.
Yeah. I guess they're working out whether they need to restart this to turn off spec chat.
Yeah, can they see?
They can see the spec
okay.
chat right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, Marcus.
Because this board...
I mean, they probably don't want to play on the wall board anyway. They're trying to
this one's not too oppressive, though, because it's really good trashing.
Yeah, it's going to be just like, your mercenary market square with governors. That's what I see here.
Yep, that's it. So,
and don't let your opponent get too far ahead because they can salt the rest of the province pile.
That's true, and market square with the buys will let you do a couple of those, no problem. So
behind whatever your opponent's payload is and buying provinces, you can double it on destroying them.
Yeah, so quad or even 5 provinces could happen on quad province turn could happen easy. Maybe not scoring 4 provinces, but killing 4.
No, yeah.
It would have been kind of interesting to watch. It wouldn't have taken very many turns, which would have been... well, the Urchin Mercenary would extend it a little bit, but... We'll just have to wait and see what they decide. All right, they're playing on.
All right, they're gonna play this thing.
Okay.
So this, I mean, I don't see anything but Urchin for the opening. You could do Armory. That's the only other thing. But I don't think the Armory really gives too much. I kind of like this board. GSH and Funk Doc don't so much, I guess, but I'm a fan of Governor, so.
I mean, generally, I like Governor too, actually. So, yeah, it's all right.
I mean, the turns I'm looking forward to are the ones at the end to see what people do with Salt the Earth. To see people dance around that a little bit, I guess, is what looks like it could be interesting to me.
I like tricks with building your payload immediately after trashing with market square and stuff, but I also don't really like urchin beginning games. They're so slow and painful, even when you're winning it.
Mm-hmm. So
Ah,
Rabid does go with the armory. Marcus is already committed to Urchin because he spent his 4 on Urchin.
Yeah, the armory seems like
Yeah,
if
I mean,
you
I
draw
think
in the
I
first
sorry.
hand, you top deck one. But I would think it generally makes it a lot less likely you collide early, doesn't it?
And Rabid also does a develop, which to me is quite bad as well. I don't get the appeal.
Skipping urchin.
yeah. Yeah, JSH actually likes Rabid's opening, or actually the develop also. He's saying, liking Urchin a lot less lately. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Rabid did do this, get to develop his armory, which is an interesting thing. Although he got scheme and governor, which again, I don't know if he's planning to play without urchins entirely, but I think that's just losing. So Marcus can get a gold here if he wants it, um, which I suppose is probably worth it. Um,
Yeah, I mean, develop seems like it trashes a little slow for even just thinning out if you're going to ignore urchin. But
yeah, I guess Rabbit is just trying to win the governor split by a large amount is his goal. Is the only thing I can see that that he might come out ahead on from that approach.
yeah, I mean, once Marcus's mercenary gets online, though, it's going to be hard for him to buy governors, probably.
Yeah.
Although if he already has some, it makes it
Well, he'll be
easier.
able to draw up and buy them, but that helps Marcus too. Um,
Hands gives him more options to trash and more cards in hand and stuff.
yeah. I mean, it's just to me, there's no question that the deck with 7 coppers is going to lose to the deck with 0.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really just surprised that he didn't go with the develop armory into harvest develop, and then develop
Yeah.
harvest into trader gold, and then trader gold into 6 silvers.
I mean,
Seems
right here,
like-
he could get 2 urchins, and he could be set up to get a merc pretty easily, since he does have the governors. I mean, you can't play without urchin either, because you need at least urchin to take away some of that governor draw.
Mhm. Yeah,
Even if you
JSH just commented on that.
decide you're going to be a rebel and not play with mercenary, you at least have to have urchin to get them down to 4 cards after you draw them cards. If I were
Right.
Marcus, I would have gone heavier in the. I wouldn't have gotten the market squares as soon as he did. I would have gone more urchins, but I guess scheme helps. You play the merc faster anyway. But.
Yeah, I was definitely leaning toward like a scheme or two in the early game for that, and just going with one mercenary, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean that. It looks like that's what Marcus is doing.
Yeah, he's got the mercenary now. He'll be able to scheme that.
Yep. I mean, the only thing that, as JSH is mentioning, the one thing, if you get a points lead, is you can shorten the game a lot. So, that's something, at least. And he's definitely moving through the governors.
Yeah, he's developed another armory.
So he'll be able to grab 2 governors this turn. I mean, he probably won't get less than 7 of them.
Does Marcus have any yet?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll be able to buy one this turn, I assume, but no, that's not true. Marcus does have 1. So
Okay.
it's 1-4. Marcus bought one with the gold he had last time. So I'm not sure that Rabid will get to 7, but he might be able to by trashing one of his 3s into a governor. But still, he draws 2 cards to start Marcus's turns, but doesn't. It's so cheap to have an urchin.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah,
very little effort to have one urchin, and then you can at least take away that. Instead of having a 9-card hand, they can have a 4-card hand.
Yeah. Especially when armories that he could have. Although I don't know if he ever played one. Developed both of them.
Or like 2 schemes, one should be an urchin, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
To me, it's not close.
Yep, and there's the urchin.
Okay.
He finally realized it this turn when he drew Marcus a bunch of cards.
But yeah, and then in not too many turns, Marcus will have an easier time drawing his deck, and the things in his deck will be better. We'll see. It'll be somewhat interesting. I
guess we'll
the
see
trashing's gonna win out pretty easily.
See if Marcus tries to get 2 governors here. Not sure what his best route is for that. He can probably drop 10.
Yeah, I think he can just get $10. No, I guess he's not gonna push that. I would have drawn at least once with the governor. JSH.
Yeah.
Alright, definitely expecting the last 2 governors here one way or another then, to get the 7.
Yeah. Which, it's a little hard to play a governor deck with just 3 governors, but it's also kind of hard to play any deck that has 6 of the starting cards still. 6 or 7 of the starting cards.
Yeah, it'll be interesting where they both go from here, because Marcus definitely had some paths to get 2 governors last turn if he would have used, but you may have thought he
just
could get
drawn.
10.
He didn't have to do 2 gold gains. He could have drawn once and done 1 gold gain, and then trash with Merc, and he would have gone to the second governor.
Yeah.
And having 4 would be a lot nicer.
Yeah, losing the split 4-6 is a lot easier to deal with than.
Yeah.
There we go. So
but at least Rabid has this urchin now.
Yep, so this is definitely signaling the end of drawing here, the urchin play. So he has the... Oh no, that's all his governors too. Interesting. Should still be able to get 2 though.
He has a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, he has it's kind of hard to count the coppers because they're split up, but he has $14.
7-3.
I don't know what his last.
He has 7 coppers because he hasn't trashed.
Yeah, I don't know what his last card is.
It's not a governor. 5 are in play.
Maybe an estate, unless Marcus still has an estate. Or a scheme.
Oh yeah, he has 2 schemes.
So.
And 3 or something here.
I would probably.
Or another armory. He could develop and develop, and do that thing I talked about earlier.
Yeah. I think I would have gotten. I think he should get another market square, both for the buys and the gold gaining. I think he has enough schemes. 3 schemes is plenty. So you don't have to use the governors for gold gaining because you have market squares. So you really only have to use the draw and the remodeling aspect of the governor.
Yeah.
Though you may want to do the gold sum just to give them silvers because of wall.
Yeah, Marcus has a big wall lead right now.
Yeah.
You might
It's
want
about to get
to
a little bit bigger.
start early to possibly be able to win with some salt.
Yeah, you can just jump into the greening now, I guess.
Like
You could province salt and get another market square or something.
Yeah, another market square is good to get him to 4 buys. Could buy 4 salt.
GSH just wants the maximum salts, is basically what
He wants the whole province pile to be salted.
he wants. All the salts. I love Salty Earth. What a great event.
I don't think I've played with it yet. Too bad.
It's just like, it just makes games end so easily.
Oh no, I played a IRL game against iguana with it, and
Oh, yeah.
I think I salted like 4 provinces and bought one to win.
Yeah, it just like
Snuck on him.
cuts the end game up just to nothing. Yeah, these 13 points, the wall's gonna matter some here, or quite a bit even.
If it wasn't for Wall, I think Rabid have this solidly in hand at the moment, but because he kind of skipped trashing in order to win that governor split, but that position with Wall,
Yeah, it's definitely hurting him.
7
Would've-
governors puts him at a good position here, I'd say still, but
Unfortunately, like even if he just can't gain very many provinces because Marcus can salt so many. Like Marcus can salt 3 easy.
yeah. I think he probably should have grabbed a market square last turn. He did only have $15, but surely he could come up with $1 more somewhere, and then he could threaten 4 salts.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I wish Rabid had gotten a market square last turn as well. But I guess Rabid can try and make a lot of duchies, or a couple duchies this turn.
yeah. I would question whether you maybe salt duchies. It's 1 point less than a walled duchy.
Well, he's changing a silver into a duchy, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, gotcha.
So it would just be points, or 3 points, but
yeah, it would be.
yeah, that's a good point too. You can just score VP by killing estates and stuff, or estates or duchies or whatever.
Yeah.
Spend $4 just for a VP. Could be. If the game were last longer, but so here he's got this turn. He has no buys.
Oh yeah, geez.
He just has a million cards. He gained silvers and golds instead of making any effort to get to market squares. It's just a really weird way to play the turn.
Yeah, that was strange. I mean, he's got the 2 market squares, right? Or does he only have one? Do we get one into the trash? No. Must last market square.
It's not. I don't know exactly how Marcus is going to want to play this turn, but he should be able to lock it away.
Well, he only gets 2 buys, which is a little bit of a rough draw, but still should be okay.
Yeah. I mean, he can just like buy 2 provinces. Probably. Maybe he doesn't have that much money. He didn't quite have that. He's short a dollar or something. Dollar 2.
Yeah, that was a rough miss on getting that second market square into his hand when he had actions.
But it's not like Rabid can score enough. Really.
I mean, how many golds are in Rabid's deck? Like, how many governor remodels does he have? Because that would be the thing that Marcus needs to play around. Which, salting a province,
I don't think
is that
that's
risky?
right.
He's up by 15?
I don't
That's
much,
a little scary, because 15 is what?
Yeah, I don't much care for that salt.
Because, yeah, if Marcus, or if Rabid can find 3 golds and remodel them, and
Buy whatever.
8,
Buy a
I
duchy.
guess? By a duchy, yeah.
He's going to be a little hard.
Yeah, I'm not
Because
sure
again,
how many golds he's got.
he's still fighting through all of this junk.
Yeah. There's so much. I mean, still 7 coppers, right? Think.
Yeah, I think he killed one last turn, but it's still just too much garbage.
But with a lucky draw, I think he does have 3 golds. That was probably a dangerous move by Marcus that wasn't necessary.
I think you're right that a perfect draw of that Rabid does have a win. Or, mostly perfect. Like he's already pretty close to triple province. Actually, he may get there. How? Right now, he's $2 short.
What's he got there?
I guess the issue is that
he has to triple province plus something.
Well, again, it's gold going to.
Yeah, the gold going to province is worth 1 more
The
point.
other problem is Marcus can trash coppers and stuff to score points as well. But if Marcus doesn't keep those kinds of cards in hand, then
yeah, I don't see him keeping copper here, really. Oh, no, he does 1. Okay.
So, and the Merc is also works like that.
Yeah.
But but Rabid didn't find his last governor one. Yeah, if Rabid had the other governor now, I think he'd be set.
He's got enough money to buy 2 provinces and governor 1.
Does he?
So there's a lot there. Well, maybe he's a little short on that. Because that's 3 golds and a silver to governor gain 1 and buy another. and then I see
He's a buck
5
short.
coppers and 2. Yeah, he's a buck short on that.
And that would only be a
That
tie.
would win,
So-
though.
Oh,
Or would it?
I thought that
I
if
think that would tie.
yeah, I was going to say buying 2 provinces and trashing for 1 would be a tie.
If Rabid defensively,
Rabid
or
defensively
Markus,
trashes.
Markus
Yeah.
defensively trashes a copper.
Yeah.
Well, now he
So
might
now-
have drawn another dollar. Yeah, so now he
So
has
now
it,
he
but
has it, but
it only works if the copper and mercenary for exactly that reason. So
only he could score some points with the develop play.
yeah, I mean he could trash a copper, but then he's still a dollar short, right?
What does double province duchy salt? Does that do anything for him? No.
It's got to be too not enough. Yeah. Duchy is
Well, what I'm thinking is develop a gold into duchy.
silver.
Governor a gold into province, buy salt.
Yeah.
Does that
Well, the develop would have to gain. Oh no, it would just go
No,
to the
just
duchy.
gain
So
a
that's
duchy.
3 points.
so that's
6 points province.
That's straight 3. One of the provinces is 6. That's 9. One of the provinces is 5. 14.
So that's 14. Salt is 15. That's how much he was down by.
But
so
market
that's-
can do 1.
Yeah.
Does he have enough left over? And he doesn't have enough to salt and buy a duchy, so that doesn't. I guess he just has to wait and see what Marcus does. Yeah, so that
Yes.
so he can't quite
Dang.
score enough. So he can only score 9 points from here.
I think so. Because
Or can he just buy double province and tie?
I was going to say, if you could develop a copper and buy double province, that would win, but
Did he go
no,
first?
he
here?
takes the tie.
He takes the tie. Well, I mean, he really has to. It makes the match continue. Otherwise, it just is lost. Yeah, if he had found a governor sooner, or the 7th governor sooner, then he could have pulled it off.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, that salt buy from Marcus
Yeah.
seems like definitely a mistake at this point.
Yeah, it didn't. It was just opening it up for Rabid to be able to end it on his turn.
Could have salted an estate or something for the point.
Yeah.
Well, back to scrying pool
Did
once
they-
again.
They
I wonder if
fixed
they remember to
spectator
turn spec chat off.
I think
Okay,
they
yes,
did.
they did. They must have, because they would have responded to something in there by now. So another pool board.
Yep, and Young Witch with no trashing for curses, and there's Peasant. And Pathfinding. Oh boy. A lot going on here.
I mean, you still have to get the potion cards,
Of course.
but you also do need to get one of the cursors.
Yeah, those curses are gonna throw a wrench into the potion cards, but they're still too good to ignore.
I would probably get a Sea Hag.
I definitely agree here with no village for a long time.
Yeah, and the Bane is an easy card to have in your deck, so
Though it stays out of your deck quite a bit,
it does.
but it is worth getting. So
The Hag being here.
this is we'll see. So Rabid's starting with the Sea Hag, which is fine with me. I don't have a strong preference over getting the potion or getting the cursor first myself here.
Yeah, I never know which way is better. It always seems like the one I didn't do is the one that would have been better. So
Right.
Yep. See,
We just gotta reach for the Sea Hag to flip potion. Oh, it already failed.
yeah, I saw Anders had some interesting thoughts in the chat. I might have actually leaned Peasant Potion myself, then gotten Sea Hag later, like he suggested, but I wonder what your thoughts on that would be.
Like I said, I don't feel real
Yeah.
strongly
Okay.
either way. I think either one is fine.
All right, sure enough.
Either way, you can have really good draws. Like if your potion draws are really good and you win the split on potion cards or something like that. Ag flips a good card of theirs, or if you have great draws and win the curse split by a lot.
Yep. And he also brought
it's
up.
a hard call to make.
Yep. He also brought up Miser there, and I'm not really a fan of that with Apothecary here. I'm feeling like that would be enough to take care of the coppers, but that's me.
Yeah, I think if there were a village here, I think I'd do the Miser. Actually, I think I would, but without a village, I just don't see when you get it that it'll come in to actually matter.
Yeah, it's difficult to play when you have a bunch of terminal peasant upgrades that you need to play at a higher priority, things like that.
Yep, I mean, definitely what JSH just said. That's why I mentioned earlier, no village for a long time.
Yeah. Not really a village in the kingdom. So there's
no
ways
village,
to play multiple terminals later on.
No village at the time you need to be playing Miser.
Yeah. By then it's much better to just have the Apothecary.
Yeah.
Disciple's good with a lot of things, JSH. most cards.
Yeah, I mean, you could have just taken off those last two words of the sentence and that still would have been fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching their guide choices, but I would be calling it pretty much anytime I didn't have a traveler in hand. But
they haven't had a chance to call a guide yet. This is the first one.
Like I would skip a Sea Hag play to cycle. It wouldn't. I would not be worried about giving the curses. I'd be worried about playing travelers faster.
Yeah, this is a pretty crummy hand too with $2.
Yeah, but he just keeps it.
Another peasant.
See, like I would have much rather gotten to here, played the fugitive, and bought a potion card, much more than playing giving my opponent a curse. Like to me, that's not close.
Well, and that fugitive cycles you, and the guide cycled you, so you're going to see that Sea Hag again. I mean, he's at his next shuffle immediately. So if this was last turn.
Yeah, it's not going to make a big difference in the cursing, and getting the disciples and the teachers first is pretty huge.
Looks like Rabid's still a little bit ahead on that, though. Now since he just traded in his fugitive.
If for Marcus here, I would lean toward a potion card and a cursor, which he goes with the Young Witch over the Sea Hag, but the general idea I agree with.
Yeah. So they're Rabid cycles, which is nice. I guess he's not gonna. Oh, he goes again. All right. I'm not sure if you disciple the hag. If that's. I mean, you don't really want another hag. You don't really want
to get rid of it later, but
that's true. You could. Yeah. You don't really want another peasant that much either. I mean, you kind of do, but not a huge amount.
Yeah.
We'll see which one he goes with. He goes with the hag.
I think I agree with the hag there.
Yeah, I think
he's a lot ahead on the curse split right now.
I'm not convinced, but it's probably probably right. It's one of those
With-
things I would just not know too much which way to go and just pick one and just be disappointed whatever I do.
Exactly. With where he's at on the curse split right now, it seems, again,
Yeah.
that could be a big difference maker here. So,
Yeah, up to 5 already.
choice.
So Rabid probably will play his teacher next turn. Well, he definitely can.
Yeah, it's kind of tough for me to see how he's going to lose this one from here, given the cursing advantage and being so much farther along with the travelers.
Yeah, it looks good for him.
Yeah, Marcus did not get that cursing online very fast. Is he going to be able to give one out now? He's got to not play the soldier.
I wonder what token Rabid will do, if he'll get cards on Apothecary or if he'll take like actions or something.
He's okay without actions right now.
So
I guess he
Anders
can.
mentions that you can get cards with pathfinding.
So you could put
No.
action and card on the same thing if you did
Yeah.
action first.
It's just really,
Really
it's
good.
not easy to get to 8 here, even if you have apothecaries.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get to 8 here, actually. So it's not like you can just say, oh, pathfinding can put the token on there. Like it's just going to happen the next time you want it to. You'd have to work for it.
Well,
Yeah,
definitely.
I think having the card immediately might just be more important at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine I would think guide away this hand. Alternate.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that seems pretty clear. He's got, like, if he wants to put card on Apothecary or something, he needs to find some Apothecaries.
We'll see what he goes with.
Oh, cards on
That-
guide. Interesting.
That's super weird.
Yeah.
That was Hail Mary, I think. I don't know.
I don't get that, but
I mean, my only thought is that he was trying to save that hand, but like if it was on Apothecary, then this hand would be a lot better.
I mean, a hand that is just buy a potion card is pretty good here.
Yeah.
The really nice thing, it would be very nice to have some disciples. Though it's hard to work several travelers through while playing Sea Hags.
With no village.
Yeah.
So Marcus has a kind of a junk turn here, just buys a copper, and then but he has a disciple and 2 young witches on top for next turn, it appears. So see what happens here. Well, there's certainly, I imagine there's going to be the one curse here at least, unless well, no, because teacher.
No cursing.
Teacher, right? Oh, that's kind of ugly collision there, but certainly got to play the teacher again.
Yeah.
Action on Sea Hag? It's too late for that to matter.
Of course. Wow! That surprises me.
Guess he wanted to win that curse split 7-3. Bardock
I
is rough here.
this is I don't know. I don't agree with a lot of these decisions, but he is still in a good spot. Here, Marcus has enough for Pathfind. Or how much does Wine Merchant get? No, he's a buck short, I guess. Oh, wait, yeah, he has enough.
What pile would be running out? Guides
Guide is the only thing.
going on in the
I
chat.
mean, guides or estates are the only thing.
Yeah, they just don't have that much money, I don't think.
No, I mean you could do it. You would just have to do it over several turns.
If they had a ton of scrying pools and were playing soldiers at this point, that could be some payload, but happening.
Yeah, I mean JSH, you could pile peasants, which will be maybe a little faster than the estates because they'll help pile themselves. But
He's going to buy another guide here with the plus
probably
card, right?
guides is the easiest though. If you are going for a pile, but Marcus buys one province and then the pile out isn't in your favor anymore. You know, that's not. I mean, the decks are, of course, both kind of terrible, but that's just because of the kingdom. But so then this turn, Marcus gets to put another token out somewhere nice. So he can filter a little bit with his witches now.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Generally, Marcus's token plan and play has seemed significantly leaner.
Yeah, I agree. He's got to be careful not to shuffle here, since that would be pretty bad. Unless he has a lot of guides, and just one's not going to cut it. He should have played that apothecary before the young witch, I think.
Yeah, he could have avoided triggering the shuffle and potentially pulled up more of that.
More of those 4 cards, whatever they are. Probably been able to keep the wine merchant in play. Well, he may be able to. It just depends on what he buys. I don't particularly like those 2 buys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think like Rabid's gonna suddenly have $12, but
Yeah, I mean, the young witches are really nice little mini warehouses for him now, but
yeah,
all the
I mean
junk here.
they do good work, but they're not great.
But yeah. Coin on apothecary now for Rabid.
Yeah, I mean that looks right to me, but it's still a pretty small thing.
All right.
Aku's mentioning that Rabid could be pulling more guides off the mat because you don't want them on the mat particularly, since they're your labs.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's got
Which is
3
a
on
good
there.
point. but they're just saying like this turn. I think you should like obviously call his next turn. I mean, but I don't know if Marcus is thinking about oh, he's making a teacher choice. Is he? No, he's not. Never mind. He's thinking about calling guide, I guess, but I wouldn't do it. This is kind of sad. I would just pull the curse. Oh wait, no, you can draw both of them because the apothecaries are better. I forgot that. Oh, he did it wrong though. Or did he? Oh, he's gonna double.
He's gonna disciple young witch to get another one.
Well, hello,
have you guys
Dan
seen
Brooks?
the official Dominion T-shirts?
Yes.
They're horrific.
Yeah. I laughed in real life when I saw those.
They're awful.
I didn't look yet. It was down when I saw the.
Yeah, they're up now. I mean, one's just like has the Dominion word logo, which is like the most hideous thing that anyone's ever put on something. But then the other one is just like I guess it's supposed to be like a VP symbol, but it's sort of doesn't look like the VP symbol. JSH posted a link.
I mean, it does, I guess, kind of, except like the lines are through it the whole way, and there's not like a full version of the VP logo. That's for sure.
When I went to the website earlier, it like listed how many people have bought it, and it was 0 for both of them. Yeah, still is.
Shirt. Huh. Yeah. They look like a school project.
I mean, to be honest, if you use the official Dominion logo, you're in trouble already. But
well, they could have used the official VP symbol since these were sanctioned.
Yeah,
but
yeah, the VP symbol could have been the VP symbol one. Just is sort of, I guess, boring, but it's at least it's okay looking, maybe. But the colors on the Dominion one are pretty weird.
Yeah. So what happened? We were talking about T-shirts.
Yeah, we're off. I don't even know what they're doing.
So Rabid had another. He called a bunch of guides and then just got to play the teacher and buy a pool.
Okay.
And he put plus buy on. Or no, that's
Marcus.
Yeah.
Pool now.
So yeah, Marcus is now looking well ahead in this, as Rabid's still at soldier for the other traveler.
Yeah, and Marcus is now getting to use that young witch cycling stuff. He's just drawn his deck. So it looks pretty solidly wrapped up for him. Which it didn't have to be. I mean, I think Rabid was in a great position.
Yeah, I felt like he was definitely winning this, but then I agree with JSH. The token on guide was where things started to spiral downward.
Yeah, everything went off the rails.
Everything went off the rails there, for sure. That was
and that's going to be the game.
Yeah,
6 5s and
empty the guides.
Pile the guides. Exactly enough money.
There you go.
DG says young witch greater than sea hag, but I'm not quite sure the story there.
I mean, I do like the plus action thing.
Yeah, that was nice, but it was not the only way the sea hag could have been used either. All right, congratulations, Marcus.
Yep. Marcus is the
I
winner
guess
of the
that
Dominion League for this
is
season.
That gives Marcus 2 wins, so that
2.
wraps up the
Yep.
first place position for him.
Yep.
They'll play these last 3 games as exhibitions.
Yes, so Marcus is now at 2.5 actually, and that is it. He is our Dominion League champion for the season.
Yeah. And he won it in season 20 as well, I believe. He beat me.
Yep. Yep, I believe he's the
So
first
that's
time
his.
that anyone had beaten you or Steph for the title there, besides each other.
Well, unfortunately for me, not for anyone else.
Right.
I had lost in 19 as well to DG.
Right.
So DG was actually the
That's right.
first.
Yeah.
Oh, I've forgotten about that, and
But
I
then
shouldn't.
I lost this in 20 as well. I've lost the last 2 championship matches I've been in. The long reign of terror was put to rest solidly, and it hasn't been resurrected in many seasons. Of course, it's harder when there's only without Steph there helping.
Yeah, I
He
mean, you
was,
needed Steph. Steph was cheating, right? Wasn't that the...
Yeah, right. Steph's just always cheating. I mean, he's always up to something nefarious.
I mean, it probably all just comes down to Steph making the client now. Now that it's a conflict of interest for him to cheat, he had to remove those capabilities. Perhaps he was letting you dabble in that as well.
Yeah,
And so now your true skill is showing without your cheats.
So, looking at this board here. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead. You're gonna say something legitimate, and I'm just gonna.
Yeah. So, looking at the board here, this is the kind of board where you would have played Rebuild with older sets, but with Artificer thrown in, I think that adds a powerful enough payload to make that the easy choice here, especially with Envoy as your draw.
Yeah, I think Artificer does a lot to help the engine here. And though, as always, the thing that Rebuild does, and Rebuild still does this, though people don't play it as much, is that with really good draws, it just ends the game so quickly. But it doesn't necessarily do that every time. Just with good draws, it's sort of a terrifyingly fast thing. But I think I would try and build here, though it'll be a little bit of a pain to do it with Soothsayer.
Yeah, Soothsayer is that gross card that makes engines without solid trashing get real clunky. That's 10 stop cards to each player. Looks like in this case. You can get rid of the coppers here, at least, but
yeah, and I guess
curses and golds are going to stick around.
Right. That hurts Envoy a lot. To have loose dead cards makes drawing much harder with Envoy.
So, meanwhile here, Marcus is actually going for the Rebuild on this, which surprised me a little bit, but...
Yeah, I can't decide if I would want to build much here or not. The Soothsayer really does.
Harbinger is interesting. I think that helps rebuild a non-trivial amount.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because a lot of the deck will be in the discard pretty frequently, and often things you want. So, I definitely think it's a good helper for rebuild.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing Soothsayer and Rebuild and Harbingers here. The engine is decent, but I think Soothsayer might slow it down plenty to put Rebuild online.
Yeah, JSH asking about Rebuild Vault. I'm not so sure about that. Like, I've played that before, and I don't know, just I draw Rebuilds dead a little too much for my liking there. I mean, that was with no village though, so maybe
I
even
don't think I
yeah,
don't think Vault does much to help rebuild.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, I don't know. There's probably some sort of dream draw situation where you gain rebuilds like crazy with a vault buy, but like
mhm.
because vault can always buy a rebuild, but that's um,
And there,
um,
here, this Harbinger will be able to pull up something nice for him.
yeah.
Oh, JSH was saying he was thinking of Vault more to buy duchies quickly.
I see. I don't know if it'll pay off, but maybe. So I'm not clear on. Marcus is the only one that has the draw, like the envoy and stuff, right? But he also has the a rebuild.
I'm not sure. I thought that Rabid was building the engine and Marcus was buying Soothsayer and
Yeah,
Rebuild.
but Marcus is the one
Rabid,
that has Fortress and Envoy.
interesting.
So Rabbit doesn't have any engine stuff if he is doing that.
The Miser, so I think I assumed he had the engine stuff.
Well, now he gets another rebuild. So Soothsayer play Border Village rebuild for Marcus, so that's a nice turn.
Yeah, so Marcus does have the envoy.
JSH says he thinks Marcus has this. He does look like he's in a good spot with all that between the golds and the rebuilds he does have.
Yeah, he's way ahead on the rebuild plays, and he's given out uh 5 curses.
Rabbit's about done with misering.
Yeah, how many does he have there? 5?
Five on the mat.
Mhm.
Solid Miser.
But if he was, like you said, if you are going to go through the miser stuff, surely you want to have the engine pieces.
It is interesting though. He has 2 of them, and he's got 6 on the mat now.
And he just
Yeah.
he just bought another copper too that
Yeah.
turn.
He
Yeah,
bought a
he's-
copper, so he's aiming for 8s, I guess. But
Yeah, I mean there is one thing that is buying provinces. So if he can
just
pull
seems to
that
be mixed.
off, it's gonna be hard to line up those last 2 coppers though. That's gonna be the real problem.
Yeah.
Although maybe he buys another one, he surely should buy an 9th copper here. Yeah.
Both decks are kind of a mix of random things. But it feels like Marcus's things line up a little bit better, I would say.
Able to purchase provinces with those golds pretty easily as well.
Yeah.
Um, if he was playing like a straight rebuild thing, then being able to buy provinces against him would be a lot stronger.
I would be interested to see what something that works harder about to draw the deck, how that plays. Whether it works or whether it's just too messy.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult with the curses, especially with the way Envoy draws.
You just would need to at some point, if you do reach the stage where you draw your deck, you would hopefully just have so many draw cards that you have consistency. And if you're the only one going for it, you could go pretty hog wild with gaining stuff with Artificer.
Yeah, that's true.
I just don't know how long it takes to get to that point. That's the issue.
Yeah, Artificer can make use of all the junk they make you draw with Envoy.
Right.
Yep. And there we go. Marcus trashes a duchy for province and buys a province. So yeah, this has been over for a little while, but that just seals it.
Yep. Point wise, totally out. Rabid gets his 7th copper just to have it. I don't know if Marcus has a rebuild in his bottom 5 or not. We'll see if he knows if he plays this Envoy or not. He doesn't play it, so he must have known.
Yep. And Rabid has no choice but to end the game. So there we have it, folks.
Oh, he had a choice. He could have turned that duchy into an estate.
Yeah, downgrade. That would have been the stylistic choice.
Lord Boddington style.
It's another.
All right, we got
powerful
Alms
board.
Basila. I guess if you played a card that gave you $2, if we have any of those, no. Merchant ship.
Yeah. That doesn't.
Oh, and that's when
really
you buy
do
a card
anything with
anyway,
Alms,
so it
though.
doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
Yeah. But
anything.
yeah, Ironworks, Highway, Alms. There's just so much going on here.
Yeah, so there's plenty of draw, plenty of gaining.
Something with Alms, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Once you have some highways, you can always Alms for 5s as well. Replace should. Well, maybe. I would think Replace might see some play. I don't know that I would buy an Ironworks. I might just go with silvers on my open.
Yeah, I think the Ironworks a little later is probably.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with both of you there. Like, people say, usually with gainers like that, you tend to want to open them if you're going to get it at all. But Ironworks Highway, these cost reducer combos are a little bit of a different story. So if you need the 5s early, then yeah, I agree with you.
Well, you don't want any of the 4s or 3s.
Right.
I mean, you would take patricians, but you don't need the villages at all, really.
The 5s are just so important here. You might want a couple of villages at some point, but that's after you're built and maybe want to play.
If there was a 3 or a 4 that you wanted, then it would be different. But you're really, the Ironworks is just something that you get to use once you have highways. Use really well. I mean, he's doubling down on the Ironworks, so he's really hoping he pairs it when he plays that highway. Patrician's funny here because half the time you'll draw it after you have to play highways and it won't do anything at all. But sometimes it'll work, probably.
Super combo.
5 Ironworks gone already. Dang.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, I would gain a silver here. I would have gained a silver and bought a 5. I mean,
I think the piles might run out in this one, guys. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to have more Ironworks, but it's not that important to win the Ironworks split or anything before you have any like good cards.
Well, they have Ironworks. That's a good card.
It's crazy. There's another. I mean, it's insane. There's another card that can gain cards here. It's not as good, but still it works. Replace. So you don't have to win the Ironworks split. It's not required.
Not generally required anyway. I mean, that only matters when there's pile out scenarios.
Yeah.
Building your
Well,
deck more.
Here it matters a little bit because you would use them if you get your highway stuff running. But they don't have any fives.
But you need some draw to like get all of those Ironworks into your hand in the first place too. They're preventing you from lining themselves up with highways.
Meanwhile, Marcus's highway misses all of his ironworks, but he still gets to alms a highway at least. So, something, but now Rabid does the gain a silver to buy a 5 play.
Yeah.
They misread Bacilla and thought it said gardens, maybe.
This is one of these hands where I don't feel bad for the person who drove it, even though it is terrible. It's like you made this bed, so you're stuck with it.
Can Ironworks 2 villages and alms for a village.
What I want to see now that we've got
Estate.
And he gets
Hey,
the
he
highway
saved his
ironworks
turn.
out of it.
now we can switch
Amazing.
to Duchy Rush. We can switch to Duchy Rush now because he's got that highway in there.
That's right. This is kind of hilarious.
Yep, there we go.
Let's go Duchy.
doing it.
Farming village, Duchy again. Oh, he
Rabid's
didn't get a
living the
village
dream.
that time.
I hope he alms at least for like a governor. It's like no draw. Just all these nice lab variants on the board.
He did, oh, he got the
Another
highway.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna run these duchies. Maybe the estates. Oh, this is killer.
I missed the village Ironworks for green cards combo. That's where we went wrong.
Right. Like you could just be playing Honey Party Merchant Ship, and you could just be buying one province, and you'd be beating this.
Well, but if you were doing that, they'd have 10 Ironworks, so you gotta watch out there.
That's true. Oh. He can buy province. Yeah, Aku's no Basilica points, not a single one. Oh, Rabid can get a province for. Oh, he didn't. He auto bought it. He could have got Basilica points on his province, but he used auto buy.
Wait, did he?
Yeah, he had another silver.
Had
So
he
had
gained a
9.
virtual coin?
No, I mean he had 9. The province was worth 7.
Oh, he had another silver and that he drew off of the duchy gain. I just wasn't paying attention.
If Rabid loses by 2 points, we know why.
Meanwhile,
now Marcus is going to be able to do the duchy pile out his turn for sure. Well, he has to find villages, I guess. But if he finds villages, he'll be able to probably pile out.
Ouch, to draw the highway dead. Now, you could play the 2 coppers and buy a copper for Basilica points, right?
Yeah, you should probably do that for 2 points. 2-point copper instead of a 1-point estate. Unless he's going to buy nothing. But Basilica points are overrated. And everyone else, obviously. But
Dan, you need to join the league.
Dan does need to join the league.
You gotta get in on that league action. So like the estate plays less points. All it does is trash a hovel, which won't matter because you're not gonna see another shuffle.
That 12 on top of the Basilica just looks too clean.
It's pretty
mess
nice
with it.
This is not a great sign then. The fact that he was able to draw with the governor. This should probably be the game for Marcus.
Well, no, because he doesn't. Oh, he can get the Basilica points.
Yes, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah. Oh no. What did he buy?
It had to be a copper, right?
Yeah, copper.
Well, it could have been an estate because estates were only one and he had $3.
No,
he probably missed.
Yeah, he only gained 2 points, so it was a copper.
Yeah, he went for the 1 point victory just to rub it in.
Rub it in.
So Rabid technically lost by 2, though.
Yeah,
it didn't happen. So Rabid could have had 3 more points off better Basilica points.
Yeah.
Dan's making excuses. He probably says he's busy or something.
Like he doesn't play a bunch of Dominion already.
Right. Yeah. We know about your alts, Dan. You're not tricking anybody. When we see some name shoot up to the top of the leaderboard and it's some mystery person.
So this would be the kind of board where even with the lack of trashing, I'd kind of be tempted to ignore Soothsayer because I feel like stuff with City Quarter is just going to be so important, and with Soothsayer you're junking yourself along with them effectively for those purposes.
I guess the only thing is that the cards are pretty expensive, so the golds are nice.
Yeah, I mean, you're junking yourself, but if they play Soothsayer, it's like, do you want a gold or do you want a curse?
I would play with Soothsayer here. It's true that the golds get in the way, but they're way better than having curses. And the cards are expensive. So
okay.
The golds are especially good. Or they're pretty useful.
You just got to trick your opponent into playing Bandit also and taking your golds from you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Shad mentions there's the based on the classic scrying pool thing, but you can do City Quarter Vault stuff. Though here it's not gonna be that great because there's no trashing, so it'll be hard to manage that.
Yeah, you're gonna need a lot of action density, and that's gonna be pretty difficult to get. Now, if they do both ignore Soothsayer, it'll be a lot cleaner.
Yeah, that's true. But there's Rabid getting one. So I really love those scrying pools. I really like the discard and redraw tricks. And it's nice that there's another action card out there that can do that stuff.
So this is not a good turn here, so just save a copper, I think, and that's what Marcus does.
Save will help a fair amount. Well, Save and Caravan will help a lot with the consistency. So I think they will get to be a little... You'll whiff some, and it'll be kind of slow going for a while.
Yeah, I guess Save is actually really good for the City Quarter. If it whiffs, you can just kind of send it back until it finds...
Until it finds some action.
Stop here, save the Caravan for the next turn, I would imagine.
Yeah,
and save the Caravan and get Well, I guess you can get whatever you want.
Yep, Soothsayer, that's pretty obvious then. Alright.
Crowns are really great here. Crown's always really great too, though.
Yeah, I love Crown. It's definitely my favorite throne variant at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it works because Throne Room is secretly a $5 card.
Exactly.
Throne Room's pretty good.
Probably. It is slow going here to get the draw, though. So we'll probably see a 3-pile pretty soon. Not soon, but I mean, eventually. I use a word that was the opposite of what is the truth.
Depends on what you consider soon. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, they played 2 games in an hour, and now they've played about 4 in another hour. So
yeah, is this our last one? I wasn't really
Yeah, this is
paying
the last
attention.
game. Yep, you can look at the stream. I've been keeping track of it up atop there, the game count. So this is officially the last game.
Oh, there you go. I don't have a third monitor, so I don't have the stream up. It's hiding on another tab.
So the question, though, is when do you start, I guess, putting in the city quarters?
Probably turn 1. It's pretty good right at the beginning of the game.
You can just keep saving it, like you said. Save it until you buy some actions.
That's right. I have a third monitor at work. Don't worry about me too much. Those are all vertical, though. They wouldn't be very good for watching Dominion. The chat would go well on it, though.
Super long chat. You could see back minutes ago.
There's the first crown of the game.
I don't want to ever lose sight of the things that Dan Brooks said.
No, I just keep them in my heart. That's the way I do it. But some people use vertical monitors. I use my heart.
And I could like zoom this window to like 50%.
Meanwhile, Marcus made an interesting play that I think I like. He could have, gotten 5 and saved the festival for next turn, but instead he played the festival to just to get 8 and buy the last 2 caravans, and I think I like that play.
Yeah, that seems
solid.
nice.
Do you know where that split ended up?
No, I can track it now. Looking back. Okay.
We get our first crowned gold.
Excellent.
Help Rabid get out of debt.
Yeah.
Got horse traders.
Maybe he'll remember to play all his treasures. He was just paying off debt so he could do some save arithmetic, I suppose.
Also, I tracked it, and Marcus won the caravan 6-4.
All right. So he was able to win the split on that play that you mentioned?
Yes.
Maybe they'll never draw to the decks. Maybe I was lying or just plain wrong.
Nice to have. Yeah, it depends on... I guess Rabid has 2 city quarters now. So he's definitely aiming for it. More than Marcus.
I would have crowned the caravan there, though I guess we'll just save the crown.
Yeah, that seems like an easy decision.
Some vaults are okay too.
There's the vault now, which seems maybe a little bit early, but he does have some of the city quarters already, so there's potential.
Yeah. I think it's fine now. Save means you can get around a lot of collision.
That's true.
So here's a nice city quarter hand to get 4 cards or 3 cards out of it twice. I think he'll probably get to crown his Soothsayer. Though there might have.
Well, Rabid is now guaranteed to tie the curse split at minimum. Is given out 5 with that last Crown Soothsayer play there.
Yeah, they must have split the colonnade points evenly.
Yep.
6 each.
Yes, that's right below their names, so that's correct.
Here I was trying to do math on their scores. That was silly.
I kind of like Crown Vault for a Rabid. Maybe a Festival. He goes with Crown Vault.
Well, definitely save the crown here then, and start on the city quarters maybe. Although I'm not sure what Marcus's game plan is here.
I guess he's got to decide if he's going to do the city quarters, if he just wants to take provinces.
Oh, he greens.
He's going province. I would okay, he gave the last curse.
Rabid wins the curse split 6-4.
Save the vaults. I mean, I think Rabid will get at least a double province turn eventually. Marcus here is going to have $1 million in one buy.
And save a gold, I guess?
Yeah, save a gold and buy province. Easy play.
With 6 left over.
So, I think Rabid should have discarded gold copper to the vault. But this is okay too.
Jeez. This is double province here, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one short?
Oh yeah, it's just 15.
So province something and maybe save.
If you really wanted to commit to try the drawing the deck, it would probably need to be double city quarter here.
Yeah.
I mean, he can come back on duchies. So if he wanted to, he's just diving into the green.
Like he drew 2 cards from Caravan that turn. Next turn he's only got looks like Marcus is potentially going to miss a province at some point here. That was what I was trying to say there.
Yeah.
So I think Rabid definitely has some good shots at coming back.
He's got a fine buy here, though, or this was just...
Yeah, he only has the one buy card. They're both, he's got 1 horse traders and...
Mm-hmm.
And no buy.
Nope. Marcus gets the province again.
And let me think. Can he? Yeah, he can save a copper then. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it possible for Rabid to double here? You can discard Soothsayer and Curse to the vault. Oh wait, he doesn't have the actions to play his
No, he doesn't
buy.
have actions.
That's right.
You know, it maybe would have been worth. Well, that's hard to say.
You can
I wonder if he should have
double duchy, save
saved
something.
the city quarter. We just need to message him what Marcus's hand is, and that'll help his decision a lot.
He's secretly listening to the chat.
Because then you just buy province, save a vault, and
That's right.
laugh your way to the bank. Unless Marcus has top deck
Yep.
2 golds.
2 cards coming to him, so he's top decked good cards last 2 turns. His hands didn't look great until the caravan draws went through.
Yeah, I mean, Akkus is he double duchy save vault, which he can do. No, he can't do that, can he? Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. Just
Yeah,
by a
if
little
he
bit.
discards Soothsayer and Curse, then
Curse,
he
he'll have
has 12.
Which that's probably the right call, although it doesn't actually catch him up to Marcus, so Marcus can still take province if he has that option. Though he's not probably going to.
Rabid did play 1 caravan, so he'll get 1 draw out of that shuffle. And he could end up finding the horse traders next turn to, like, if he's assuming a province buy from Marcus. It's
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, Rabid's deck is a little better than Marcus's, so if he can make the game go long, then he should, but if he's feeling, if he's feeling really bold, he can just go for it now. And surely he'll have a gold or well, they probably don't have a lot of silvers, but a gold or a silver in his next hand does it. Actually, it's not true. It's already a guaranteed province, isn't it? With the save plus caravan.
yes, that is true.
So he does have a guaranteed province next turn. So he could go for it. He also has 1,000,000 gold, so
Marcus didn't even hit Duchy here, so that's good for Rabid.
yeah, it means Rabid can go up with a duchy buy and be pretty safe, just continually saving the vault. And then he will pretty much always be in the position to win, because it's not impossible, but it's not super likely that Marcus will double province.
Yeah, that would need to be like a bunch of caravan plays and then Festival Vault maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
Get to double province.
it would take some quite some luck.
So this is a little bit interesting for Rabid now. I think... Oh no, not Rabid, but rather... He does this, just continues to play it safe and save the vault with the duchy. Now for
Yeah.
Marcus here...
I would crown the caravan.
Yeah, I was just
I
going to
mean, I
say.
would do exactly what he's doing.
Yes.
Yeah. Seems like an
Easy.
easy call because he can vault if he draws into. Oh, he's going to go for saving his vault.
Yeah.
I agree with that too.
Yeah. Though, I mean, eventually. So here he's got a shot. I guess his festival's in his bottom card there, bottom 2. So he's going to be pretty close to a double province on his turn.
Rabid doesn't
Markus
find
will.
plus buy on this big turn.
Yeah, so I'm not sure that it's guaranteed, but he'll have pretty big hand size. He'll be able to crown the vault. So it'll give him a shot at drawing more golds, which will put him over the edge there to the double province. Since one of these last 2 cards is Festival, I believe.
Yeah, with only drawing 1 card there, saving the city quarter probably does. Make some sense.
You really can't. Yeah.
But continuing to save the vault gives you that kind of.
I mean, he doesn't know exactly what Markus does, but really the only thing you can do here is buy a duchy and save the vault again.
Well, yeah, because he's going to come out on top if these duchies run out, too, which is great for him.
This is Marcus's turn. I was so confused about whose turn it is. No, it is Rabid's turn. Okay.
Waiting on Marcus's reaction to vault.
Markus should not have discarded there, I don't believe.
Yeah, that costs him like a coin.
Yeah, and Dan's right. What I said was stupid. Rabid can't buy a duchy because then Markus just doubles and wins.
Oh, yeah.
But
never mind.
But so he's just lost. Markus has this wrapped up, I'm pretty sure. Because he can crown the festival and maybe triple duchy. Oh, I guess did we miss I must have missed the festival in there. Never mind.
If it was in those cards. If he finds it, though, he's in good position. I had missed the pile out that you talked about at the beginning of this game.
Apparently, though, I was just dead wrong about the festival. So for Markus, so that's totally different scenario now.
Yeah, and he didn't find it, so he has to go province here, I think.
Yeah. Which is going to just lose, so.
Except Rabid saved.
Did he not save the vault?
He saved the gold over the vault.
That's
what
crazy.
was up with that?
Yeah, that likely cost him the game there.
Just his hand. Oh, how many caravans did he play, though? 1, 2?
Though Marcus's hand is terrible.
No telling what would have happened with his city quarter if he would have saved the vault instead, though. I guess, yeah, never mind. That would have been better, because the city quarter would have drawn a card, the save drew a card.
I mean, he just would have had to find a gold or silver.
Yeah. Did he do there?
Well,
snagged a
yep.
state.
Rabid dodges another bullet.
But he could have put himself in a position to win.
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, none of these decisions are really, it's not clear what to do since you just don't have the information about your opponent's hand that you need to actually decide this stuff.
Now he's got 2 caravans in play, which should good for him next turn. He's got to be getting close to finding those vaults.
Problem is now
save a copper and buy an estate again.
Yeah.
But now Marcus's duchy. Now Rabid has to get like province and duchy. to even catch him later on. I mean, I don't think he can catch him.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, when did Marcus not, or Rabid not match points?
He
When
bought,
Spy that happened.
yeah, the province. But like, so if he has to crown his horse traders,
It's gotta
and
happen here.
and that still is just a. I guess he doesn't have to crown his horse traders. He just has to get to 13
Yeah.
and win by a point.
Probably, right?
Yep.
Well, does he
You
have
can
it in
crown
hand
gold.
already? Can he crown? That's just $12. So
Yeah,
he's a buck short right now.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
But
he's
if-
not gonna get there off a crown caravan unless it's like 2 golds top decked. No, I think the city quarters are gone, Dan.
Shuffle.
Yeah, so he's a buck short because he can get 12 with just what he has in hand. But
Well, so if he plays Crown Caravan, he's giving up $3. He's only got to find 4 in his draw.
right,
Um,
he basically has to have a gold top decked and some money thing.
yeah,
It's the only thing to do.
copper.
If you look at the hand and you see you don't have the the money in hand right now, you just have to draw on because
Yeah, your opponent wins with that duchy, so
your opponent's gonna be able to score something to put you out of reach. You don't like try and get 3 estates here or something weird like that. I'm not gonna. You just go for it and hope when you shuffle you draw a vault, city quarter or something, or just money.
I mean, just Vault would be about
Well, vault
good
would
because
do
Vault's
it.
plus $2, and he's got the 2 actions if he crowns Caravan.
Yeah, I think vault would do it. Could give him a good shot anyway.
Shad suggests that he's looking through the log to figure out what cards on his deck. Seems
It could be.
silly for an exhibition, but gotta keep your game on.
Yeah, it's a chance for redemption.
Nobody remembers anything except the last game.
I don't think that's true, Dan, because I think then he has to discard a gold to get the. Oh no, then you crown both golds. I see.
Oh, interesting.
Well, it did not
Alas.
work out. Yeah, if last card's gold, Dan's right. Then you crown 2 golds and just play a horse trader.
And
Estates.
that's going to do it for Marcus.
And the duchy for the win.
All right. Well, solid victory for Marcus.
Yeah. Marcus definitely solidified his position as winner of this.
Yeah. And he's now the 3rd most championist person in league history.
Hey.
That's right.
Breaking his tie with DG and Dr. Steelhammer.
Right.
So. All right. Well, Congratulations again to Marcus, and thanks to Rabid and Marcus for letting us watch them play.
Yes, indeed. Some good games. Thank you very much.
Thanks everyone for watching.
Yep.
And have a good rest of the day.